Victor Wembanyama didn't just win Game 1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He hijacked the entire Western Conference Finals. The Paycom Center was supposed to be celebrating Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder's dominance throughout the NBA playoffs. The crowd was electric, the momentum belonged to Oklahoma City, and the top seed looked ready to make another statement. Then Wembanyama walked into the building and turned the night into his own personal history lesson. By the end of a brutal double overtime battle, the San Antonio Spurs escaped with a massive 122-115 victory. But the final score barely explains the chaos Wembanyama unleashed across 49 minutes of playoff basketball. The Spurs superstar delivered one of the greatest conference finals performances the NBA has seen in decades. 41 points, 24 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 assists, 1 steal, and somehow, the stat line still feels smaller than the actual performance. Every possession looked impossible to defend. Oklahoma City tried double teams, physical defense, and constant pressure, but nothing slowed him down. Wembanyama scored from everywhere. Inside finishes, impossible fadeaways, clutch free throws, transition dunks, and momentum-killing putbacks. And when the Thunder attacked the rim, he erased shots like a cheat code. The terrifying part for Oklahoma City was that Wembanyama seemed to get stronger as the game went deeper into overtime. Then came the avalanche of records. Wembanyama out-rebounded the Thunder's entire starting lineup by himself. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, and Jalen Williams combined for just 23 rebounds. Wembanyama had 24 alone. That's not dominance. That's humiliation. The Spurs superstar also became the youngest player in NBA playoffs history to record 35-plus points and 20-plus rebounds in a conference finals game. But he didn't stop there. Wembanyama also passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the youngest player ever to record a 40-point, 20-rebound playoff game. Kareem was 22 years and 352 days old when he set the record. Wembanyama shattered it at just 22 years and 134 days old. That's the kind of sentence that doesn't even sound real. And somehow, the records kept piling up. Wembanyama became only the 4th player in NBA playoffs history to post 40-plus points and 20-plus rebounds in a conference finals matchup. The other names? Moses Malone, Charles Barkley, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That is an elite company. That's basketball royalty. The Spurs phenom also became the first player since Charles Barkley in 1993 to record at least 35 points and 20 rebounds in a conference finals game. Think about how insane that is. More than 30 years of NBA history passed without another player reaching those numbers on this stage. Not Kobe Bryant. Not LeBron James. Not Kevin Durant. Not Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not Nikola Jokic. Until Victor Wembanyama arrived. And somehow, the insanity still wasn't finished. Wembanyama joined Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, and Nikola Jokic as the only players since 2000 to record 30-plus points and 20-plus rebounds in a conference finals game. That's 3 legendary big men and one 22-year-old alien rewriting playoff history in real time. Because honestly, Game 1 didn't feel human. Every time Oklahoma City grabbed momentum, Wembanyama crushed it instantly. The Thunder would hit a huge shot, and seconds later Wembanyama would respond with a putback slam or impossible jumper that silenced the entire arena. By the second overtime, Thunder defenders looked exhausted trying to solve a player who moves like a guard while dominating like a 7-footer from another planet. And maybe the scariest part for the rest of the NBA is this. He's only getting started. At 22 years old, most stars are still learning how to survive deep playoff runs. Wembanyama is already collecting records that Hall of Famers spent entire careers chasing. But this wasn't only about him. The Spurs' young core made history alongside their superstar. Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper became the youngest trio in NBA history to each record a double-double in the same postseason game. According to ESPN Insights, they are also the first trio aged 22 or younger to accomplish the feat together. That's not just promising. That's terrifying for the Western Conference. Because San Antonio suddenly looks like the next great NBA dynasty waiting to happen. A fearless young core, elite talent everywhere, and a generational superstar who already looks impossible to stop on the biggest stage in basketball. The Spurs didn't just steal Game 1 from the Thunder. They may have announced the beginning of a brand new NBA era. And if this performance was the warning shot, the rest of the league better prepare quickly. Because Victor Wembanyama isn't chasing history anymore. He's already rewriting it.